Welcome. This is Recidiva. I'm sharing a recording of a casual Skyrim playthrough using a mod list I built. My profound thanks to all the mod creators who have made this game a crowdsourced treasure. I hope you enjoy. Alright, now I have jewelry that will show up. So there are times when I will be able to see rings. Now you can see rings on my hands. At least on that hand for now. And earrings. I have appearance earrings set up in Skyrim outfit system. Alright, I'm also going to make some lockpicks. If I can spell it right. I got plenty of iron ingots, so I'm going to make a bunch of lockpicks. Carry around about 100 of them. Make some more arrows. Alright, I am very tired. So it's time for a nap. I made a lot of levels here, so. Now I have essentially nerfed myself, but I will eventually catch up. Right now my combat skills are going to be terrible. Compared to my relative level, but I've got a squad and low difficulty. And then eventually I'll build myself a decent set of gear. Ooh, I have to remember to make my bow, or else, yes, be out in the middle of nowhere without a bow again, which I have done so many times. Okay. Before I forget, yeah, I'm gonna go make a bow. I'm tired, but also stupid, so I'm gonna have to pay for it. Alright. I have a lot of unique bows that I should have a tough time breaking down. I think the mod is called Bowgasm. But I really like this one, the Emerald Gemstone Bow. I can't break down, I don't think. It's high damage, and it's nice and green for a pretty little Bosmer who likes apple pies. Okay. There we go. There it is. I'm gonna... Okay. I am too tired to read right now. I just know that her eyes are tearing. Let's see if I can sharpen the emerald gemstone bow. I can. Okay. Literally drink some tea. Alright. Let me enchant it. I use pretty much nothing but Soul Trap. Until I can put on two effects. I have 47 black soul gems with grand souls. Well, and 20. Oh, go me. Look at this. Okay. I stole this from somewhere and someone, and I'm okay with it. Okay, I name pretty much everything, just damage, whatever its name is, just so that it's alphabetically easier to find, and I'm less likely to. It's easier to group them, and I'm less likely to throw them away. Chant the item. So yeah, this way, when I favorite gear, I can add them to groups also, but this way, if I check my gear, some of them are named Kaidan and some of them are named damage, but it's easier for me to find them here and put them all on. There are several spots in the game where you have to strip, like after the which one is it? The embassy, where you have to put all your stuff in a box, which I can't stand. I hate reorganizing it, but I can't really avoid it. Well, I have. I've avoided the main quest many, many times. All right. All I want to do is make sure I don't end up in the middle of Bleak Falls Barrow without a bow. So I am going to limp my way to bed and promise to never again craft late into the night, which I'm probably going to do tomorrow, but I don't really learn that lesson. Okay. Okay, I have poisoned my bow. Let's see if I still can't see. I still can't see the poison. Someday it will come up. All right. Now the last step in after doing a ton of crafting and breaking everything down is selling. So I have a mod called Shadow Merchant. So this dude's just gonna buy my stuff. Seems cool. Not shady, right? I'm gonna sell everything that. So you can see the icons above the name Lunar Iron War Axe. With the mods that I have, it tells me in order that little lightning strike with a check mark next to it means I already know that enchantment. Then the little Dragonborn gallery icon means I need it for the gallery, and the little trophy means I have already put it into the gallery, so I don't need this anymore. I could just sell these. Now I'm going to just start selling everything that I can for speech skill. And this guy pays pretty decent. I think as far as I've tested it, yeah, look, I've got like 4,000 forsworn arrows. I think I'm going to be okay. I'm going to give a bunch of them to Kaidan because he runs through arrows like crazy too. Okay. As long as I already know the enchantments, I'm just going to outright sell them for the speech skill. So now I'm going to really start focusing on speech. Nobody needs rusty arrows. Not anybody. So I've been holding this stuff since the beginning of the game. Now is my first real time that I'm spending any time selling. So, yep. As long as I've already got it, all of this stuff must go. Oh yeah, I looted all this lingerie from the... Alright, all this stuff needs to go. I auto-looted the entire, like, gifted section of the, Divine Elegance store. I'm not really going to wear any of these. If you wear a lot of stuff from their store, you can pretty much have endless... You have so many armor pieces that you can use. Yeah, so maybe next time I go in just to check to see if I could buy something, I might turn off auto loot. But there's obviously a lot of presence in there. A lot of this stuff I can break down at the uh, tanning rack, but I've got so much stuff I don't really need to hold onto everything. Just sell it for the skill. Because I want to raise up speech pretty quickly. And the real moneymaker is in potions. So I sell all the poisons I don't need, and I'll make a ton of money, and I will gain a bunch of skill points for selling all the random stuff that I don't actually use. So I make a ton of fortified potions, and I can just sell those. It'll make a bunch of money real fast. The only potions I really use are the ones that my auto potion recognizes. So all the fortifies, all the regens, all the resists, I just sell them for the quick cash. But as you can see, I've already got 40,000. Sometimes I'll keep the fortified pickpocket, or if it's a sneak skill, in case I decide to go, like, so I've got an invisibility I'm going to keep. But sell all the regens. But some of the skills I might keep in case I go to do the Thieves Guild quests and I thoroughly suck. Because I've been there. Just trying to open, like just trying to sneak in the middle of Riften and open Madis's, just to plant the ring is very humbling when you haven't put anything in. So it can be very helpful to have a potion or two to pop right around there. Don't need water. Water breathing is actually a really expensive potion to make. But since I have it inherently, I don't need it. So I can make it and sell it without holding on to it. Okay. So, as you can see, I've got a ton of potions, a ton of poisons, and I am going to hold on to the enchanter's elixirs. I can use little ones when I start enchanting, and then build bigger ones if I'm really into it later. Okay, so I have a ton of money, and that's good. Alright, so now that I've got money, I've got the letter from Orion, which means the safe house is open. And I believe I've advanced Kaidan's faction enough that I can pick up his friendship quest. And both of those things are in Solitude. The new Dragonborn gallery can very easily bug out, which I have learned if you don't choose choose your options wisely. So I already have the safe house key. I'm going to recommend I don't know how buggy it is otherwise, but I have tried to use the new Legacy of the Dragonborn settings. It has its new settings menu, and if you go in here, it says Legacy of the Dragonborn settings. There's a bunch of stuff. I was aware of most of it, but there's a new thing that says Ease Burden Passive. Toggles a 100,000 pound carry weight bonus to the player while inside of player owned spaces, which sounds great, right? So I turn that on, and then sometimes I would zone out of somewhere and be like 99,000 pounds burdened, which I couldn't do anything about. So that I'm sure I could fix it with console commands, but some of that stuff just really infects a game, and I have had trouble trying to continue with games that get bugged like that. So I start over once you've got one of those like critical bugs, because it's just going to be this wild thing. Good Lord, Dirac, you are sudden. Stop it. Rude. Killing vampires. Where do I sign up? I don't really like talking to Dirac, so I'm just going to tell him okay. And I'm not going to start Dawnguard until I finish the maiden quest, because it really annoys me when Mirak... Sorry, that's my dog, Bo, again. He's very expressive. Oh, I saw it! I saw the potion of damage health indicator in the little right, down in the little right corner. See? Poison of damage health. So I have a little icon that tells me when my weapon is poisoned. All right. So the other thing for the Legacy of the Dragonborn is you used to be able to buy physical items that are in your inventory, and then you file, and that helps you make your choices for furnishing the safe house. Now, at least the way my lineup is working, I buy them and they disappear. So I'm going to buy the options I like. I am not doing adoption this turn. I've tried the website on the new Dragon Legacy of the Dragonborn says you should be able to use the it's like, come on, nobody cares. Thankfully I have a mod called I'm Walking Here, which means they will actually get out of my way. But the safe house can bug again pretty quickly by not recognizing the new receipts, which aren't real items. It just tells you, okay, now you can use that furniture. But I have discovered that if you just buy them and go later, sometimes the game just doesn't recognize that you have them at all. So be really careful with some of the new bugs. I mean, it's not a feature, it's a bug. And I don't like the way some of this new stuff is processed either. You go to the safe house and you toggle these things on, but it's not a toggle that tells you whether or not your greenhouse is off or on. It's just a toggle. You click it and you hope you just turned it on. You have no idea whether or not you turned it on or off. So I'm going to go set up the safe house and try not to be bugged. Now, the last like 4 times I have attempted this, it hasn't worked. But I think by going offline and doing some, not recording my hours of frustration, I might have figured it out. Let's see. A new location can now be reached using the curator's guide. So should be able to go to the safe house now. Cross your fingers that this is going to work. Because I love the safe house. I had a game I was trying to record where the safe house just progressively bugged out more and more, and I was just sad and had to take a few days off and start over. Okay, so I've got a book return, and if I'm right, I don't actually have the receipt items in my inventory, which I don't. Sometimes they show up, sometimes they don't, which is really weird. Okay. So I don't have the physical items in my inventory after I buy them as receipts for what I want in the safe house. You come over here to activate House Planner. I'm going to store my housewares first. This option allows the planner to sort all housewares such as pottery and silver servingware, as well as miscellaneous clutter, into their proper display containers. Sorting items now. That's kind of cool. I used to use a mod called Static Safe House Clutter that just filled in everything with like alcohol bottles and food and all the little tchotchkes that go around your house. But since the mod is new and since Legacy of the Dragonborn is relatively new, it does say do not use any second party mods until they've updated. So I had to remove it from my lineup, which makes me sad. So I'm going to save and hope that I can see the toggle for the furniture I bought. So here we go. Wish me luck. Furniture selections. Yes! Okay. So as you see, it just says greenhouse. Theoretically, I'm going to turn on the greenhouse, but it's still just going to say greenhouse. All right, now I'm going to turn on patio. Now I'm going to turn on follower bee. Now I'm going to turn on apiaries. Now I'm going to turn on the inside garden, which is the Garden of Kinnereth. So as far as I know, it should all be set up the way I want it to. Let's go see. All right, this is one of my favorite spots. Yes! Yes, I was so sad when this was an empty room. You can hear my cats playing the murder game in the background, so don't be alarmed. All right, so I'm going to put down another shrine. Should have another shrine. Yes. Why? No, that's not what I wanted. All right, that one was not helpful. All right, here we go. Now this one will be placed properly, we hope. Okay. Down 50. Place. Deploy. Yes. And here I can pray. And I love this spot as a prayer spot. I think it's awesome. So you can pray and activate the shrine. Now, this is normally a shrine to Kinnereth back here, but Akatosh gives better stats, so I'm using that. Also, uh, who's it? Debella makes you like pray naked. I did that for a while, worshiping my mom, but it gets to be a pain in the butt. Literally, taking everything on and off, and so Akatosh doesn't make you pray naked. That's awesome. Okay, in here is follower, and here I tend to put my Perigo merchant. I mean, he's got a room. He's got his own room. So I can put him in one of these bays and pretend that he's happy here, that he's just a follower. Help Perigo. Before I do this, I'm going to save my game because glitchy NPCs are not good. So. Okay. Cool. Now I have a merchant in my home, and he sells a ton of stuff. And we're good. Okay. So I can afford to buy just about everything right now. I have the safe house all set up. I'm going to see what I need to cook what I want. Here is the teleport book. Teleport to safe house. All right. Okay, so as you see, the plates, the banquet here is just empty plates. So if I want to populate that with some stuff, come into this fantastic crafting suite, store supplies. So this will store a lot. I have it set to it shouldn't. Okay. What? No, not ingredients. My settings are wrong. All right, but everything's hidden everywhere. Anyway, so, okay. You can come over here to this bay. Oh, all right. Tell it to sort liquor, sort cooked food, sort raw food. And the benefit of that is that now, since I sorted some of it, when I go back in here, some of these plates, yeah, see, there's bread and leeks and there's food. I'm going to have to retrieve some of my baked potatoes. But the raw foods get sorted here, which is good because I'm not going to be doing much with this. And the cooked foods show up here. So I'm going to take back the stuff that I use the most. And if you'll see, now the leeks and the potatoes disappear from the table. So it's a little bit clunky. I suppose I could leave it here. Let's see. I'm gonna experiment a little bit here. So I'm gonna put in about, let's see, 5 baked potatoes. Let's make it 8. 8 baked potatoes and like 8 grilled leeks. And see if they show back up on the table. I bet they do. There we go. So yeah, it sucks all the food off the table and puts it back on. All right, so things are going to populate in a bit more. The more food that I loot and bring in here, it will fill up on specifics. And like baked stuff will show up here. You can see there's a butterscotch cream treat. There's a honey nut treat. There's honey. So things will slowly populate. Meat will show up here, and things like rakes and buckets and baskets will show up in here. It's kind of cute, but it is a little bit clunky in terms of it. Every time you pull, like with the old craft loot system, every time you pulled something out, it would just yank everything out and put it back in. Okay, so now I'm going to tell it exclude from sorting, which means, look, I've got baked potatoes. I don't want you taking any of them. Don't take any of my grilled leeks. So now this container will have a baked potato and a grilled leek, which means when I say sort everything, it won't sort those, but I already put some into the house, so those will stay displayed. All right. Now I'll need to do this with a few different types of food once I get cooking, literally. Okay. Now, this is really, I think it's really pretty back here. I really like to pull my bow when I need to do something else. I really like the greenhouse. So this is a really lovely role play spot. Now I know over here, it lags me like crazy. Over here is extra seeds. And I'm going to make sure I whitelist this so that I can auto loot. They have a few things here for you to auto loot already. Frost Miriam, Elf's Ear, garlic. Okay. So I have whitelisted and blacklisted pretty much everything I need for the safe house now. So I can go ahead and turn auto loot back on and start planting. So I'm not really going to do much again for alchemy. I'm going to alphabetically plant the stuff that I know I need for food. I have a mod to make planting easier. Also, it doesn't make you confirm every time that you are planting something, and it assumes that you're only planting one and doesn't make you use a slider. So that's good. Okay. All right. That should be fully planted. The next time, I probably try to come back to the safe house every few days, not every night. I will sleep in different places. Kaidan also has a tent that I will start using more often. Okay. I want to make sure it knows not to auto loot in here, because I will just pull everything out. And that's not good. All right. So as you see, it's starting to fill in with the food that I put in there. It'll start showing up on the tables here. As you see, yeah, venison stew. So there'll be a few bowls of food here. This fruit bowl will fill up, stuff like that. All right. All I really need to do now to buy is I need a spare 1,000 to buy Kaidan his horse. I'm going to see what I need now to cook food. Okay, so I'm going to finally make some... oh, I just realized I need recipes. So I need to buy the recipes for the food. All right. So I'm going to need to go into town. I usually go to Whiterun for that, but maybe I can catch bits and pieces still open. This is a bit of a pain. I know I can load the recipes, but I have to randomly try to get Sema to cough up the specific cooking recipes I want. Hopefully it's not too late to try to get in. Okay, she might kick me out soon, but hopefully I'll keep her busy long enough that she won't notice it's closing time. So Gourmet will sell, the Gourmet mod will sell these recipes at most general stores. Okay, so I'm looking for specific recipes and I don't need any of these. So what I do is search for these, then search for something really cheap. So I buy a salt pile. Look, there's the apple pie I want. And the way that my mods work, as soon as you buy something, the inventory refreshes. So I'm looking for apple pie, garlic bread, and mushroom stew. Cool. Garlic bread. This is such a pain with mods. It is so much worse without mods. I'm going to need salt piles anyway. Imagine how, yeah. This is why I need mods, folks. I just want to learn how to make stupid stew, guys. Come on. Shouldn't be this hard. Two things I really dislike about the games is the weight restrictions and the way vanilla merchants work. I was saying I liked Elder Scrolls Online, but when it first came out, they had you didn't have any storage for crafting stuff, and as you can tell, I like to craft. Made me crazy. I had to stop playing, but then they fixed it with a big... Cool! Oh, it's glowing mushroom stew. Oh, you faked me out. I'm having flashbacks to when I tried to build the Hearthfire homes in vanilla and went from town to town to town to town searching for glass and goat horns and okay. Okay. Alright, I'm back. What? I just want mushroom stew, guys. There we go. Okay. I have the 3 recipes I need. Well, now that I'm a little better rested, I can read some of the stuff. Dinner invitation. Saleya, you've been cordially invited to dinner and drinks at Bloodshill Manor. As an honored guest, you are encouraged to come early and mingle with the other attendees. When you are ready to feast, ask the house waiter for a menu and he will let you into the banquet hall. The finest and most delectable dishes will be on display. There will be no need for appetizers. Once everyone is ready and seated, a full course awaits. Come for the dinner, stay for the drinks. I don't know, guys. Seems a little sketchy, huh? Letter from Jarl Siggeir of Falkreath. Saleya, allow me to introduce myself. My name is Siggeir, and I have the honor to be the Jarl of the proud and ancient city of Falkreath. The fame of your exploits across Skyrim has brought you to my attention. If you are interested in becoming a Thane of Falkreath Hold, I invite you to speak to me the next time you are in Falkreath. Aside from the honor that accrues to the title, my Thanes are entitled to a personal housecar. I also can tell you privately that a choice parcel of land in Falkreath would be available for your purchase, should your services prove useful to me. I look forward to meeting you in person. I remain, Jarl Siggeir of Falkreath. So now you have to do the I have the honor to be your obedient servant. If you like Hamilton. So, Thane.f. Silas Vesuvius presents The Museum of the Mythic Dawn, a history of the cult that toppled the Septim dynasty, inside of his very own home in the grand capital of the Pale, Dawnstar, free and open to all citizens of Skyrim. That's not upsetting in any way. Warrior's Challenge. Long ago, my ancestors built a great hall on the mountainside north of Bile Gulch Mine. They called it Hendraheim, a warrior's home that rivaled Sovngarde itself. As the last of my clan, I wish to bequeath this home to a true warrior. You are not a Nord, yet I've heard your prowess in battle rivals that of the most legendary fighters. I ask you to prove it with your blade. Yeah, I'm not using a blade, and I've been to, Sovngarde. It is a little bit better. At least once you've modded it. You may think it's unusual to carry around 100 apple pies. Told you she had eating disorders. Alright, with the last bit of money we made, she's so happy with baked potatoes and apple pie. Okay. Head back to Whiterun, because I haven't even gone into Whiterun yet. I've modded Hulda, so she has coffee beans and sugar. So with that, I'll make the spiced wine and coffee. Yeah, she carries a couple of months of food around with her. She spent a lot of time in prison. She thought a lot about apple pies. Okay, we're hitting the bug that I warned you about, the Legacy of the Dragonborn, even though I turned it off. If you could see, my carry weight is 3 of negative 99,000. So, that's not good. Alright, I'm going to try to fix it with the console. Alright. That's an unfortunate thing about the new Legacy of the Dragonborn. At least in my mod loadout. I don't want to blame their mod, but it's not going to play nicely with the mods I have, apparently.
Need a ride?
It's midnight, can't buy a horse here right now. But Whiterun Stables is where Kaidan mod sells a custom horse. And the mod allows you to summon the horse. And Kaidan mounts up when you mount up, so it's good.
It's beautiful.
Okay, so I've been playing for, about 5 hours or so, and
We'll pay
this is the
whatever it
first time I've
takes,
hit
but we
Whiterun.
must have more swords for the Imperial soldiers.
I just can't fill an order that size on my own. Why don't you swallow that stubborn pride of yours and ask Yorland Greymane for help?
Kind of weird that they're out in the middle of the
I'd
night,
sooner bend my
right?
knee to Ulfric's
If I talk to her now, she
Yeah.
won't give me the smithing quest, so, Here's another handcart that must go. The world is already a more beautiful place.
Welcome. Let me know if you want anything. Think I got a clean mug around here somewhere.
Okay, so coffee beans are pretty expensive.
I enjoy this work well enough, but I'm ready to retire. I've been thinking of selling the inn to Isolda. Anyway, what do you need?
Heard any rumors lately? So this is the non-voiced mod Live Another Life. It's gonna advance it for me with this rumor. Heard any rumors lately?
Have you seen that shrine of Asura? They say the Dark Elves built it after they fled from Morrowind. Sight to see.
Heard any rumors lately?
I assume you saw the Gildergreen? Big tree, all burnt up, in the middle of the Wind District? It's part of the Temple of Kinnareth. People want Danica to do something about it, but I don't know what they expect.
What do you got for sale?
Take a look.
Does it somehow involve blood?
Okay, so she sells coffee beans at 12 gold apiece. They are a big, expensive luxury. And she also sells sugar, which I use to make spiced wine. Also expensive.
Need anything else? Just let me know.
Well, that's where it started. But it turned into something of a
Pick
battle.
up Mashara's diary. It's
A
a
ballad. Oh,
Creators
now I
Club
know.
thing.
There's alcohol and stuff
If it's-
staring at your
It's all
face.
true, I swear.
Oh,
You
shit.
can hear it when it's done.
How hard is it to
I'll
fucking
just
flip?
If you need more food or drink, speak to Hulda.
Really hard, apparently.
I thought as much.
Okay, so lots of coffee. Okay. Is all that role
Mind your
play
manner.
food
Huh?
worth like thousands of gold and a couple hours of your time?
We
No,
need to
probably
shift.
not. But we're doing it anyway. Okay. We're good. We'll talk to Danica. Because the Gildergreen is very important to Celea.
I can't bear it.
There's also a spell merchant here, but I don't think I added him in because he has some group heals and a warmth spell, which is good for some roleplay.
My body burns.
But I don't think he'll sell anything to me late at night like this. We'll have to come back.
Welcome, child.
I heard something happened to the tree at the temple.
The Gildergreen, yes. It's a bit of an eyesore at the moment. More of a problem for the pilgrims than for me, but not many of them around anymore.
What's so special about this tree?
To the east of here is a hidden grove where the Eldergleam resides. It's the oldest living thing in Skyrim, maybe all of Tamriel. Our tree here in the city was grown from a cutting of that tree. You can still feel the glory of the mother tree through it. Even its name is an echo.
Is there any way to revive the tree?
I've thought about that. Trees like this never really die, they only slumber. I think if we had some of the sap from the parent tree, we could wake up its child. But even if you could get to the Eldergleam, you couldn't tap it. Not with any normal metal.
Where is the tree?
If you want to help, you'll need something to cut into it first. You'll have to deal with the hag ravens. I've heard about a weapon they've made for sacrificing Spriggans. It's called Nettlebane. The hags terrify me, or I would have gone after it myself.
I'll get Nettlebane for you.
Your spirit is strong. Kinareth's winds will guide your path. It's held in a hagraven nest called Orphan Rock.
Okay. Yeah, Soler Arnaud will sell the healing spells, but I
Need
don't think
something?
I think he keeps regular merchant hours. Ooh, he will.
I had you figured for a mage. I think you'll appreciate this.
Okay. So, Scroll of Healing, which is self and others. Scroll of Warmth, which is unique. It's a healing, but will also warm you up if you're cold. Oh, those are scrolls. Yeah, I do that. I buy the stupid scrolls. This is a poison, disease, and paralysis heal. Warmth. Soothing sunlight. Okay, so this is a heal for self and allies, which is useful for when you're running a squad. Get a lower level one in case my mana pool is terrible. And then the really big one. Okay.
Take care now.
I want to be able to heal the crew. Sort these by difficulty because some of them are very high. I don't want to go straight for the adept, but med heal, which is a 50-point heal for self and allies, is reasonable. I'll do that as my main heal, because more likely Kaidan's going to get hurt before I do.
Are you here to seek the blessings of Kinnereth?
Alright. Close to Elysium, so just grab some sleep there. Pray. Ah, that one does give me favor. Okay. Akadash is really starting to like me.
My question is this. How did a Hargraven get a hold of Nettlebane? I'm not gonna lie. I'm curious to see what this weapon looks like.
Alright, so Kaidan's loyalty, well, call it a loyalty quest, but basically you're capping off his friendship quest, is north of Solitude, right around there. Now, if you run straight over the mountains, like someone like me, you're gonna fall off a massive cliff on the other side and die. Unless you have something like what I have, which is no falling damage. But I'm going to go the long way around just to pick up some points along the way for ports. And I forgot to get his horse. Good job. Probably by the time I make it back, it's going to be midnight again, but... Okay, I can get his horse. Good.
Gal like you needs a war horse, I reckon.
I'd like to buy a horse for my companion.
Got one all saddled if you've got the coin.
I'll take it.
You've got a deal. It's the one with the saddle.
Okay, so here's Kiai. And that's the horse created for Kaidan in the mod.
Let's take a water break. I don't want you getting dehydrated now, eh? Aye. Oh, it's fucking freezing. Okay then.
Think it's gonna be pretty cold tonight. Not looking forward to that.
Don't worry, I know more than a few tricks to keep us warm all night, no matter how cold it gets.
I beg your pardon.
Old hunter tricks like cutting down pine boughs to go under the firs to insulate us from the ground, that sort of thing. Wait, why are you looking at me like that?
No reason.
Alright then. Yeah, so, don't worry about staying warm tonight. That's what you have me for, I mean, right.
I love the flower. What made you think to give it me one?
I've just always liked those, you know, thought they were pretty. I just saw it like that morning and it made me think of you.
Okay, sometimes he acknowledges that he's getting the
moving on.
horse, sometimes he doesn't. So this is a doesn't.
I like it here.
But he's happy when you buy him his horse. Just not today. Okay. Back to what I was doing. Only thirstier and hungrier. And probably tired now.
Oh, it's fucking foot.
Okay. I got lucky. Okay, when I mount up, he mounts up. Good. Once you've advanced Kaidan's quest far enough, talked to him for a little while, gotten to be better friends, you can advance his friendship quest by bringing him to just about here where the carriage is in Solitude and speaking to him.
You know, there's a place not far from here that I used to venture to when I was a lad. I think it was springtime, before we skipped out to High Rock. Wonder if I can find it again.
What's so special about it?
Nothing really. It was probably a lot more impressive to a child's mind than it would be now. Always remembered it being a haven though. If you didn't disturb the Spriggans, that is.
We could have a look if you recall where it is.
Aye. I'll mark down where I think it was. Could probably find it again when we're closer.
Have you noticed? The windmill doesn't actually mill anything.
Alright, so we're gonna go the long way around. It's Shadow Green Cavern. So when we're done with this, Kaidan will have done all the stages of his... Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Kaidan will have done all the stages of his friendship mod. Now, the way the mod usually works is you go through his friendship mod, then you put on an amulet of Mara, and he's aware that you're looking for marriage. There's also an option for early flirting, which I've used. So he will behave the entire time as though he's interested in the Dragonborn, which I am not yet. I haven't even started almost any vanilla content. But this is early flirting, so he'll, well, flirt early. Well, when I finish this, then the romance progression will start.
Freeing solitude of being in the open wilds.
Now up here is the Dainty Slode, which I know is I think it's part of the Assassin's Guild quest. I haven't done the Assassin's Guild stuff in years, but I'm pretty sure this spot, you need to port to it at some point, so I always swing by and pick it up. Useless precog, because I hardly ever make it to finishing those main quests.
We should look for game while we're out here.
I'm gonna try. As you can tell, I'm good at meandering. You can see my fingers. I've got a ring now. I don't know why it's only on one hand, but got nice fingernails.
I've seen my share of Tamriel. Nothing compares to the wilds of Skyrim. She's beautiful, as she is dangerous.
Okay. So this spot, I believe, Kaidan treats like a safe place.
Ah, this is looking familiar. I think the locals called this, Shadow Green Cavern. That's it. Wow. Bit more overgrown than I remember. But this is definitely it. First found my way to the cave when a heavy snow blew in. The creatures in here don't pay me no mind. Spriggans probably weren't that threatened by a scrawny lad in his 11th year. Come back as often as I could after that. Till we moved on west. Hidden gem, eh?
This place is incredible.
Glad you like it. Wasn't sure I'd set foot here again, much less bring someone. Wonder if I left anything behind.
Let's look around.
And try not to disturb the locals, eh?
Okay. There's a fishing hole here. Sometimes I do fishing and sometimes I don't. Right now I'm a don't. I don't think it's the highest priority.
I don't really mind sneaking quite so much. Shit, no. Eyes on your surroundings, Kyle.
Okay, I'm not too nervous. It's a nice bow. Speak softly and carry a big bow.
Better at fighting than sneaking. Shit. You're a bit distracting in a fight. I mean, I like watching you fight. I like watching you in that fight. Fucking come on then! Fuck off!
There is an option to have Kaidan swear less, but I don't see the point to that.
Ha! Here we go.
I'm ending this right now!
Wow, she's really booking. Okay. Avoid the rock slide. I like headshots.
I'm in no mood for this shit today. The next blood to be spilled here will be your own. You bastard! Do you want some more?
Goose just looking at him. I wonder if it's the in the water, out of the water thing.
Easy as that.
They're so floofy.
Spriggans. Aye, they're very territorial. Doesn't end well for most who encounter them unawares.
Just happen to know that there's a chest over here.
That was a bloody beautiful job. Well done. The coast up the way is covered in caverns like this. Pretty sure smugglers used them to stash away contraband. Probably still do.
I think that's Fluffworks, the floofy bears, and that's Bears of the North, I think. Or is it? But I like the bear mounts. Make them look extra scary and floofy. Oh.
A new hand touches the beacon.
Hey boy?
Listen, hear me and obey. A foul darkness has seeped into my temple, a darkness that you will destroy. Return my beacon to Mount Kilcreath, and I will make you the instrument of my cleansing light.
That mod is Meridia revoiced. So,
You need
I
to
don't have to listen
there.
to the original voice actress, who is just miserable to listen to. Thank you to whoever revoiced her. Nico, don't sit on the sword. It's rude.
Clever hound. Knows all the important commands. Sit, stay, and kill. Are you alright? You look a bit stunned.
I heard a voice in my head. Meridia, after I picked up this gem.
Ah. Meridia spoke to you.
Yes, she said there was a darkness inside her temple at Mount Kilcreath.
Really?
And that I need to return this gem to her there.
Very well. We should return this beacon to her temple as soon as we can and put an end to the darkness within.
When we travel like this, seeing as you're my shield, how close do you want me?
Closer you are, easier I can respond to a threat. I need to be able to put my hands on you easily. I mean, move you. Move you to safety. That is,
Was this your toy sword?
Ha! Look at that! I remember losing this thing. I'd outgrown it anyways. So I got my first real sword not long after that. Can't believe you found it. and still in one piece.
This place is important to you, isn't it?
Yeah, I guess it is. Hey, thanks for coming back here with me.
Alright, that is basically the end of his friendship quest, which makes it possible to begin the romance. And I just happen to have saved an amulet of Mara, just cause. You don't have to wear it for long, just talk to him.
You're wearing an amulet of Mara. I had no idea you were looking for marriage.
It's for someone special, actually.
There would have to be to have won you over. They're pretty daft if they turn you down.
Oh, I don't know. He can be really oblivious.
Pah! He's not worth your time then.
Oh, it's fucking freezing.
It'll be okay. Let's keep going.
Okay then.
I think he will rest here. This is coded to recognize this place as safe.
Aye, as you
Yeah,
wish.
so you can have a rested conversation with him here.
Need some help?
Any thoughts?
You're very well read. I envy that. As a child, my education had always been focused on the art of war first. I think now I'd like to catch up, expand my mind a little.
I could lend you books if you want.
I'd appreciate it. Certainly makes quiet nights by the fire more interesting.
Here, I brought you a book. Well, I'm going through one of my brooding silences. Perhaps it might come in handy.
Now this is cool. He will have a volume of poetry by Lord Byron, and I believe you can ask him to read it.
What do you need?
So you can also give him books. I'm going to give him a copy of the Battle of Saint-Cretor, and then I'm going to take it right back, because, you know.
Looks like a good read. Here, fair trade?
Would you read from this book to me?
Can I ask you something? At what points in our travels have you seen me wandering about with a loot strapped to me back? I'm a swordsman, not a skald.
I thought you wanted to read more.
To myself, I wasn't looking to become a great orator.
Please?
Would it really make you happy? Alright, I'll give it a try.
So he'll give you multiple books. You can also buy them in the Bards Guild from an added merchant. I think his name is Renair. And he will read these books to you, which is... I like this. This is a nice immersive thing.
Right, here it goes. That man of loneliness and mystery, scarce seen to smile, and seldom heard to sigh. And he knew himself a villain, but he deemed the rest no better than the thing he seemed, and scorned the best as hypocrites who hid those deeds the boldest spirit plainly did. He knew himself detested, but he knew the hearts that loathed him, crouched and dreaded too. Lone, wild, and strange, he stood alike, exempt from all affection and from all contempt. I'm not great at expressing what I feel over me past, but those words, they say it right. Tell me what you need.
Are you feeling alright, Kaidan?
Oh, why are you asking me that?
Each time I glance back at you, I swear your face looks more flushed.
Because you keep almost catching me staring at your arse.
Sorry? Could you stop mumbling for once? I swear it's gonna drive me mad.
Only fair, since being this close to you is driving me mad. Fine. Absolutely fine.
Okay, let's get
I'm
going.
ready. Let's go.
So for me, it's nice to imagine nights by the fire, reading poetry, hanging out, well, burning the Spriggan corpses for firewood.
Those bandits last time got too fucking near. Heart's still racing just thinking about it.
I have tried running with other companions along with Kaidan, but they're all idiots compared to him, I'm afraid. Okay, I have no falling damage, so I'm gonna cheat. And look at that beautiful water. Right, Bunny? I would like a bunny companion. That would be cool. I mean, there's, what, Thistle? The little pet? But I mean, like, one that's like Iron Claw. That will fight with you. Bunny battle cries would be amazing. Thanks for watching. Wishing you found family, creative hobbies, a hot bath after a long day, and food you love as much as Saleya loves apple pies.